Dream just make sure that even though he took some damage, he'll be able to keep those Hellions alive, maintain their hit points. And yeah, he's just going to deny this. He's going to get an SCV kill for his troubles as well, and takes a huge lead right now.
Yeah, this is a great sort of early momentum for Maru. Really commanding the game. He's got a medivac up here too to heal those Marines. So I don't see Dream getting out of this base anytime soon.
You know, he may even drop. Yep, he is going to. Gonna have to be very sneaky about it. He does escape from the main without any of those units seeing him. This is basically the only thing he can do, right? Move at him, and he's kind of stuck here. He's a bit contained.
Yep.
Oh, but he's gonna run right into a Viking. Oh no, he doesn't see it.
He saw it at the last moment. Didn't get any shots off though, but he's gonna have to do some damage control, pulling everything back. And it's only gonna be one Hellion and one Marine to kind of fend this off until everyone else gets here.
Yep.
This is a lot of damage.
Viking coming back as well here to try to help out. He's going to shut down the medevac. Good splits here. Good stop micro splits on those SCVs. That was really nice.
Oh my god.
He only killed two? That's it? Damn. That just happened.
Hold on. One more shot could do a lot.
Oh, not quite able to get it done. It looked like you used that stop trick where you highlight all your SCVs and hit stop and then just use the idle worker button to send them in a bunch of different directions.
Yeah, he did a great job minimizing the damage. That could have just changed the game completely, but still, Maru with a very commanding lead, up 20 supply, has that natural fully saturated at this point as well.
Yeah, and he's been mining there for so long already. Only now is Dream able to secure his natural. He does have a nice concave of defensive units up here at Maru. Looks like he's poised to maybe try to break this.
I think he can as well. He's got simply too much at this point. This bunker has to finish.
It's almost done, but it's not ready yet. He's coming up the ramp. Vikings are landed to help out with the DPS. SCVs get pulled as well. Bunker does finish here. Will it be enough? The medevac is healing those Marines up, and the SCV shots are so good here for Maru.
Ooh, I think Maru might have to pull back, but we have seen 7 SCVs go down already. So it actually doesn't even matter if Maru loses this fight. He still maintains a super strong economy lead.
Yeah. We just saw a ton of mules drop there by Dream. He just needs them. He needs that economy. He's down 11 harvesters right now in this game. Stim is on the way. A little bit faster for him, but I just don't think he has the army to back that up. By the time that's done, he's not really going to be able to attack or do much with it because Maru's just simply too far ahead at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, Maru is also getting Stim. He's got obviously much better production by now. He's building a lot more as well. He's maintaining that supply lead and economy lead. And now he's going for double upgrades with 2 engineering bays.
Yeah. And I really do appreciate Dream's attention to repair in this game because when you're this far behind, you need every hit point you can get. You have to be as efficient as you can with those resources. This drop that we're seeing Maru go for could do some damage as well.
Dream.
Oh boy, this could be a disaster.
Dream trying. Oh, he might actually just get around the Vikings. I don't think Maru noticed. Nope. Wow.
Well, there's a ton of units back here to defend, so I just don't think it's going to matter anyways. Here comes this drop. This might distract him a little bit as he is targeting down these SCVs. There's nothing here. There's 2 Marines here in the main base, and several SCVs are starting to go down, and he cannot afford to lose these right now. In fact, he's just fighting the Marines straight up as well.
Yeah, trading pretty well, actually. Damn, 9 SCVs going down to that, to the, what, 2? That did some work on Maru's. Just nothing at this point, just further and further behind.
He even lost the medevac. This is pretty rough.
I love it. I love that we're seeing 3 Vikings as well. You know, this is just exactly what Maru needs to do against someone like Dream, who is very focused on dropping more than anything else.
Well, it looks like Dream's finally going to move across the map and attack. Can you check the siege tank count for me?
Absolutely.
Okay, he's just got one siege tank, and that's the only advantage he really has. Meanwhile, Maru's going to go for a counterattack to try to catch some reinforcements. He's going to get one. He's going to slow this down. This is a good read by Maru, knowing exactly what Dream was going to do. He's just going to slow this down, buy more time for his economy to kick in more, to get his own siege tanks out, to get those upgrades up. His combat shields are coming up a bit, later here as well.
Maru's actually he had such a bang for just a moment. They were sitting on like around 700 minerals, just waiting for that production to finish, the reactors on those 2 extra barracks to finish. And he's going to be careful as we are going to see that the drop into the main base.
I don't know if this is going to be enough units in the drops. That siege tank is everything here. The Vikings trying to help push this back. SCVs do have to be pulled. Let's see how many he kills here. 6 go down, 7, 8. But it's going to be a huge cost here for Dream. He's going to lose the siege tank as well as all these units. Does kill 14 SCVs, so it's a step in the right direction.
It is a step in the right direction, but still Maru maintains that supply lead. He might be inclined to counterattack at this point, considering he did wipe out that army, and he still has a pretty hefty supply lead. Clearly that's going to be an army more than anything else.
This is a tough game. He's fighting such a tough uphill battle right now. Dream is a huge drop.
I don't think Maru will be expecting another counterattack from Dream.
Dream has to turn around. Oh, no, he decides not to, but this may end up becoming an elimination race here. I don't think that Dream can win. He's not even at Maru's natural yet, whereas Maru has already forced his CC to lift. And look at this, Maru has siege tanks to defend. A huge group of Stim Marines to target that siege tank down, and that's exactly what he does here. Does fall. He should be able to push this back. Yep. Meanwhile, the natural is still lifted.
I think that might be it. Wolf, I don't know. I don't think there's anything Dream can really do at this point. He's trying with the few Marines he has, but there's a siege tank already in the natural, wiping out half of them in just a couple of shots. Shooting a supply depot.
Well, at that point, he could shoot a supply depot. That's how ahead he is,
man.
He
can do whatever he wants at this point, Wolf.
That might have been like a manor target there.
No, I hope we do see a little bit of that sort of showboating. Maybe some mule drops. We'll see there.
Based on Maru's interviews, this is the exact kind of start that I think he needs in this series. This has been a dominant performance. Look at this Hellion lineups here from the low ground, even just wiping some of those Marines, damaging several of the others.
Oh, got a buffer for this tank. It's going to get down pretty quickly. It's not really enough here. Looks like Maru might be overpowered, but he's getting a pretty nice trade in.
He gets a decent trade. He had those medevacs. He may have stayed a bit too long, but it's the follow-up force that's what really matters. Armory is finally coming up here for Maru as well, something he was missing for a little while, so he didn't have those upgrades. Double upgrades now finished on both sides of the table here. And Dream is hanging in there. I mean,
he is.
He has actually a Harvester lead right now. He needs to continue to defend, though. That was a great little scout here.
That's too many tanks, I think. Maru's got to be careful. He actually needs to start making tanks of his own, which is... I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't been really focusing on that. He's going to go for a Doom Drop instead.
Oh, boy. Let's see if Dream can get into position. He's also launching his own medevacs to try to catch up here. And Maru unloading a bit slowly here. Ooh. I don't know if this is actually the right choice. There's siege tanks on the low ground, Moonglade. This is starting to hurt. This is pretty expensive.
Yeah, I think it still ended up being a better trade for Maru, but he had to get out of there ASAP because he cannot be fighting against tanks like that.
Yeah, he is making his own tanks now, and now that his armory is done, he feels confident enough. He can spend those resources on the +2. Starting to get that out here. Now going to attack again while his tank is unsieged.
Oh, got to be careful. There's still one sieged up on the high ground. He's going to get out again. And, you know, we're kind of seeing Maru give Dream a taste of his own medicine when it comes to this kind of play, because this is exactly what we see from Dream every single TVT. Just completely focused on outmaneuvering with these giant drops. But Maru, got to be careful. Double drop heading towards his main base, and he has nothing in position for it currently.
Something else to consider, though, is that these units are not going to be here for the defense should Maru decide to commit to a big drop again. He just continues to use his medevacs with boosters to scout, which I do like, but a lot of his medevacs are getting low on energy. Okay, here's a double drop. Tank isn't sieged, but there are a lot of Marines here, and he stims, and this should be enough, like you said. Some SCVs do get pulled here, but he's got to be careful. He cannot afford to lose units, cannot afford to lose medevacs.
Ooh.
One goes down. 30 supply lead now for Maru.
It's looking a little bit more convincing at this point, and with 2-2 halfway done, once that finishes, he's going to have such an advantage when it comes to the bio fights. It's actually going to get incredibly one-sided, I think, if it gets to that point. So Dream's actually going to really have to make something happen now, but he's going to run into Marines, but Maru, oh, he's going to get it in time. The boost ran out.
Well, he's going to sack some Marines here to try to save it, but I don't think it's going to matter. Does force a big stim, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Finally gets it. All right.
But, I mean, with all these medevacs, who cares? There are 12 medevacs on the map for Maru. He's like this. He's basically decided he wants medevacs instead of siege tanks in this game.
I guess so. I don't know if that's the right choice.
I don't think so. But like,
well, when he's got 2-2, it might be, because those Marines are going to be so hard to deal with.
It's 3 Marines for 1 medevac is basically the ratio right now. I take that back. He's got a few more Marines than I thought. 66 in total. Dream somehow sneaks a drop in here. It's going to get deflected, but 2 kills. Yeah. It's just that Maru is just constantly containing him here. I feel like Maru could almost just take a third base at this point.
I feel like he almost should at this point, right? Like, he's got him essentially completely contained. He's just deflecting drops left and right. You might as well just take that advantage to another step and get that third CC down.
Yeah. He's just, soft containing him, basically. And Dreams continues to try to send these lone drops out to the side. And there's always tons of units here to defend. Dream now moving around his natural, possibly posturing to finally break out.
Well, he can try. That's still pretty impressive numbers down there for Maru.
78 Marines on the map and 2-2 to 1-1. Even without siege tanks for Maru at that location, he's not going to be able to break through. Maru has decided to lift his main base to his third rather than make a third CC. Meanwhile, another drop is ripping through the natural. 8 kills.
Wow, doing a lot of damage. There's also one in the main trying to kill the armory. So Dream he's hanging in there. He's doing a little bit of damage here and there, but until he breaks that contain at the front of his natural, I don't see how he can actually do this.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't see it either. Oh boy, losing the medevac here. It did definitely do a lot of damage, but Maru is almost at the point with all the medevacs he has where he could just doom drop on top of everything. Like, he has so many medevacs.
Yeah.
He could just do a big drop in the main almost.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find the positioning for it, but when the Marines are so defensive like this from both sides, it's really hard to find efficient drops. It looks like finally Dream is going to try and make a move on this containment. He's got to make something happen. He's going to start dropping maybe on the low ground or maybe just go for that third base with a triple drop there.
He's got a ton of siege tanks on the high ground. He may be trying to bait these units into the siege tank fire, but Maru's not getting close enough. And the drops do get away. They do get past the blockade, and they're going to come over here now and swing around and hit that natural pretty hard. That's 3 whole medevacs worth of drops, so could absolutely do damage and kill a lot of Marines on the defensive as well. It's so difficult to actually break a defensive Terran player. That's why this game is turning out this way. It's hard to finish him off.
Yeah, especially on 2 bases like this. Yeah, and I mean, up a ramp, it really is just so hard. And finally, look at this Dream making some Vikings. He's going to get a sort of air control, at least for a little bit, until he sacks his Vikings.
Well, he's focusing on this drop over here at the same time.
Yeah. He's going to do a lot of damage, I think, actually.
He has to. The upgrades are finally now even here for just a moment, and he has the better Marine numbers, and actually, there's nothing here. There's nothing here at all. He may be able to just target down the CC. He's going to get it.
Oh, my God, he is.
And that is huge. Oh! He gets it. He doesn't want to fight this, though. It looks like he wants to just kill some SCVs, but it's going to cost him a lot of units.
Well, now he's going to try for a drop onto the tanks. Maru paying attention, though.
That is huge.
Oh.
That puts us at 1 CC to 2.
1 CC to 2. Well, one of them technically isn't really mining either.
Yeah, he's going to want to try to secure that if he can.
Essentially 1 base to 1 base, and Maru with the sick, very, very sick contain still remains. I mean, I didn't see how Dream can get through this unless he starts dropping on the low ground up here. Which I think finally he might be.
So tough to do that, you know. Maru's got a great siege tank spread.
I think I love the fact that he had Vikings, and if he had kept them alive, he would have had a really great sort of spotting for his tanks to finally start pushing out, especially in this position where now Maru's economy is kind of crippled.
This is an insane game. I mean, the supply doesn't even really tell the story because this is going to change very quickly.
Well, I think we're going to see Maru just crash in just a second. Look what he's bringing up. He's bringing everything up now.
He has to, and he has +3. He has +3. He has that advantage, and he's going to go in. He runs into the siege tank Dream with no buffer here, and his SCVs are stuck at the natural, and Maru just has way too much. He's just going to annihilate this army.
Yeah, just way too much. That was 93 Marines to 45 of Dreams. That was an insane number of Marines that just went down.
There's a ton of medevacs here to heal up any of the injured ones for the next push. And here we go. Tanks are unsieged. This could be the killing blow here.
It could be. He's got +3. It's going to make a big difference in this fight. Nicely done.
GG. A very, very cool game because Dream was fighting tooth and nail when he was behind the whole time, but he made it look closer than it really was.
Yeah, that was a very intense sort of chess match it ended up being with Dream. Just trying to find an angle in with all these drops. It's just too far behind in the end of things. And the momentum starts building for Maru.
He needs his wins. He needs them for his confidence. And that was a very, very well-fought game by Maru. Just constantly controlling, very careful, very patient, spending all of his resources on attacking units and medevacs, keeping his siege tank count actually fairly low. Just, you know, the Marine Prince likes his Marines.
Yep.
I also like that he just didn't even want to drop enough money for a third CC. He'd rather just lift it when he was secure from his main base. We saw both players eventually end up doing this.
Yeah. It kind of shows how aggressive these two guys are too, right? They don't want to go to 3 base. They want to stay on 2 base and just duke it out for as long as they can on a map like Merry-Go-Round especially, where, you know, we did see drops actually do so much work. Even though Dream was just so incredibly behind and contained, he still found a lot of damage.
Yeah. And on this map, too, I mean, your third base is just right outside your main. It's easy to just lift over there, and also it's a good retreat path if you need to lift that third CC.